You're listening to the John and Heidi Show Bonus Hour. If you miss any of the program, you can find the podcast at the bottom of the page at sunnyradio.com.
Give yourself a little credit.
It's more important than ever to have a better credit card. At bettercreditcards.com, we offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or a credit card to help you build your credit, we probably have it at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Give yourself a little credit. Go ahead and switch to bettercreditcards.com.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show Bonus Hour on a Monday. For those of you who were following along at home, there was a autographed guitar that we auctioned off. It was something that Dan Ferris had asked us to do literally on his deathbed. While he was in hospice, he said, hey, I got this guitar. I took it around to a bunch of concerts over the last 30 years. I've got a bunch of autographs. I would like for you guys to auction this off and give the money to Big Paws Canine. He was a huge fan of Big Paws Canine Foundation. We are as well. We love the guys there. Everybody there. There's so many volunteers, amazing men and women, and they are such an awesome organization. Many volunteers who put a lot of time and effort into helping veterans and first responders, and they help train a service animal for these people at no charge to the veteran or the first responder, which I think is amazing. So when Dan asked if we could do that, I said, yeah, we can do that. I didn't know a whole lot about this guitar. I had heard about it, and I had never seen it. But then he's like, oh, hey, this is where it is. So we're getting the guitar all ready to go. And we start looking at this thing. And there's autographs on there from Reba McEntire and Garth Brooks and Brooks and Dunn. And these are all country artists. But these are like some of the biggest names in country music, especially from like the 1990s when country was huge. And that's when Dan was working in the country radio business. And again, it was just amazing. So we put this thing on auction. It started at his celebration of life, not last Saturday, but the Saturday before that. So it was Saturday, what day was that? The 14th is when it went on auction. And the auction ended last Saturday, the 21st, so a couple days ago. And the guitar brought in almost $5,000. Yeah, $5,000. So here's the exciting thing. I've got the guitar sitting in here. I talked to the person who won the guitar, and I asked him, would you mind coming in and like being on the radio and chatting about it? And I was hoping we could line it up to have that happen this morning, but I think we're going to have it happen tomorrow morning. And I'm trying to get Big Paws Canine here as well. Going to try to make this a whole big thing. Anyway, a huge thank you to everybody who bid on this guitar. I don't know if I should announce who the winner of the guitar was. You know, I think I will announce. I didn't know if I was going to like keep it a secret, but I'm sure it's already been posted online somewhere. Matt Rosberg is the person who got the guitar. Matt, thank you, man. Thank you. That is so awesome. And I remember vividly having lunch one time with Matt and with Dan at the same time. Dan would be so happy that Matt ended up getting this guitar. Just a cool, cool thing. So again, going to have all of that tomorrow. I'm so excited to get together with the folks from Big Paws Canine and also to get together with Matt and to get this guitar out of here, because now that I know it's worth $5,000, I am so afraid. I'm like, I better be careful. Quit using it as a coaster. Get your coffee off of there. Okay, I haven't been doing that, but I do really, really, really look forward to having it not in here, because now I'm very nervous. I'm like, what happens if something happens? Thank you again to everybody who bid. A huge thank you to Matt Rosberg, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow, my friend. Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show Bonus Hour. We've got Brent Baker coming in the studio here in just a moment.
Did you know you can allocate a percentage of your IRA to physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can put your IRA back on the gold standard. Genesis Gold IRA is the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. GenesisGoldIRA.com would like to help protect your IRA today with a simple phone call. Learn more and get the phone number at GenesisGoldIRA.com. That's GenesisGoldIRA.com.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show Bonus Hour. Excited to have Brent Baker joining us in the studio as we talk about everything real estate in the Sioux Falls area. How you doing, sir?
As long as I stay indoors, I'm comfy.
This time of year, you never know if it's going to be hot, if it's going to be cold, if we're going to have, one of those days where you turn on the air conditioner, if you turn on the heater. But we're getting to the point where we're going to have more and more days where we're turning on the heater, and we're going to chat a little bit about getting our homes and our yards and things ready for that.
Correct. And maybe should have done this a little sooner because I get busy and I don't always think about what needs to be done at my house. But I did see something at a house that was kind of alarming. I looked up and there was little tiny trees growing out of the gutters. And that's a bad thing.
You don't want that.
You don't want that.
Even if you like trees, you don't like them up there.
Well, one, it will wreck your gutter eventually.
Yeah.
But the other problem is it creates an opportunity for an ice dam. And an ice dam, ice will back up under your shingles and start damaging your roof and your underlayment and all of that. So keeping those gutters clean is important. It's not just to disperse the water away from your foundation.
Yeah, they're important to keep them cleared.
Correct. Another thing that we've all heard of is unhook your garden hoses so that you don't have water freezing and bursting a hose bib inside your house.
Yeah, because that can cause a big problem. And you don't necessarily find out right away. You can. Some of them you find out right away. But others you find out in the spring when you go to turn on the water and you're like, why is all this water in my basement?
Yeah, it could be an ugly mess in a hurry.
Oh, yeah.
Something else to consider, if you have window wells, shallow or deep, putting the covers on. Now, if those are bedroom windows, it takes a different type of cover, something you can push off. But you want to keep that debris from collecting in the bottom so that your window will always be able to open. The other thing is you don't want snow down there.
No.
Because when that melts in the spring, it could seep past the seal, and now you have moisture in your house that you didn't want.
Yeah.
And then another thing is if you have a sump pump in your house and you have a hose out there, take that off so that in the spring you're not having to worry about ice dam in that plastic hose.
That's a good idea. I don't think I've ever done that before. So thank you, Brent.
You are welcome, sir.
Yeah. If somebody listening is going, I heard all this stuff about winterizing my house, and I have a better idea. How about I sell my house and I move down south?
Well, I like that idea.
So
unfortunately, I have to stay here. Oh, you weren't referring to me.
No, I'm saying they should call you so they can list that house and then go down and sun their buns somewhere nice and warm all winter. So
yeah, we get those calls.
If somebody would like to talk to you about buying a home, selling a home, or maybe even they just have a question about something to do with real estate, what's the best way to get in touch with you?
I can be reached at 605-310-0297.
Very nice. Again, Brent Baker has been our guest, and he can also be found on his website, clientsfirstgroup.com.
How much do you pay for your cell phone every month? If that's more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current one. Whether you're a fan of iPhones or Samsung, they both work well with Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying. Just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com.
This Day in Sioux Falls History is brought to you by the Sioux Falls Fun Page, West Sioux Studios, and Sunny 93.3. It was on this day, October 23rd, 1909, one of Sioux Falls' earliest boosters, Bishop Hare of St. Augustine Calvary Episcopal Cathedral, passes away. Bishop Hare came to Sioux Falls in 1873, having been appointed the bishop of the Niobrara region of the American Episcopal Church. He would spend more than 35 years being the driving force behind many projects that pushed Sioux Falls into the forefront of the national conversation. Some of his biggest works were the building of All Saints School and the St. Augustine Calvary Episcopal Cathedral, both of which were largely or entirely funded by influential East Coast contacts the bishop was able to secure donations from. Hare made himself a part of the city's fabric. He led worshipers in service, rallied against the Sioux Falls divorce colony, pushed for prohibition and women's suffrage, conducted countless missions to the Native American tribes in the Dakotas and Nebraska territories, and so much more. There's no doubt he took his job seriously, and Sioux Falls is all the better for having Bishop Hare as one of its early citizens. This Day in Sioux Falls History has been brought to you by the Sioux Falls Fun Page, West Sioux Studios, and Sunny 93.3.
Why did the chicken cross the road? To save money on insurance at InsuranceChicken.com. Do you have the best plan for you? Find out at InsuranceChicken.com. Let's face it, we don't even want insurance. We need it. But you don't need to overpay. Head over to InsuranceChicken.com to see your rates from several different companies. All available in one place at InsuranceChicken.com. The other guys have a gecko, a duck, and an emu. Why not a chicken? InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Hey, this episode of the John and Heidi Show bonus hour is done. Now, there are times during the bonus hour I'll mention something from our regular program, the John and Heidi Show, which is syndicated on like 300 stations around the country. There's actually a podcast for that as well. So if I mention something that you're going, hey, whatever happened? He didn't talk to that person, or this didn't happen, that didn't happen. You can find that podcast at JohnAndHeidiShow.com. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour.